This is a review of an Asus U45JF I got recently. I haven't seen any video reviews on YouTube for it, so I might as well do one so people considering this can have a look at it. Pretty much this laptop is, well, pretty powerful. Like the specs on it, like pretty much is a DVD-RW drive, 3 USB 2.0 slots, HDMI, VGA, and an RJ45 Ethernet. It's got a Core i3 380M and a Nvidia GT425M 1GB of GDDR3 RAM. I've upgraded some of the parts, like I upgraded from 4 to 6 GB of RAM, and I took out the hard drive to replace with the Momentus XT Hybrid hard drive. So the startup is faster, so take a look. The Backlit Keyboard Mod is something you can consider to do, but you need to have skills with a solder gun. The normal ones you get at the store will not have a backlit keyboard. So it starts up pretty fast. So the wireless part of this laptop actually has Bluetooth. So if you have a phone, try Bluetooth, sweet. So this is a Bluetooth suite where you can actually connect your phone and access your phone device without having to actually plug in a USB cord into your computer, so you can just connect wirelessly and just transfer files wirelessly. Currently there is no items because I turned off my cell phone. The ratings on this computer is actually not that bad. It does have Nvidia Optimus, which I don't exactly like it, but for battery saving wise it's actually very useful. So 5.5 is the Intel graphics card, as that's the primary one. There's one unique feature of the Asus, which actually it overclocks the 380M by 15%. So if I take a look here, the stock speed on this is actually 2.53 gigahertz, but under a heavy load it'll actually overclock by 15% to 2.9 gigahertz, which is actually as fast as the Core i5 540M by about 0.1 gigahertz. Yeah. Another thing I've actually done is I've actually overclocked the GPU too. The 425M, if you're considering getting it, you can actually overclock it, and it actually is pretty good to run. It actually still runs. It only runs about 5 degrees higher. If I can just let me see. So you can see the clock speeds. Right now I'm running at 710 megahertz. The standard is actually 560 megahertz. And the memory is 870 megahertz. I've overclocked it by 70 megahertz. And the shader, I've actually got 320 megahertz out of it. Temperature wise, as I said, 5 degrees difference. Right now it's running. Oh, right now it's not running the dedicated GPU right now. I'm just turning it on. Usually, if I'm just idling, I'm getting around 39 degrees, which is actually pretty cool for a single fan setup. Here we go, and if I turn it on. So you see right now, I just did opened the application already and started at 45 degrees. CPU's at 53 and then at 35, so it actually runs pretty cool. The 45 with this type of speed, with this overclock speed, actually runs faster than the GT435M, which is on the higher spec version. So it runs pretty well. So if I run like a simple thing like a Minecraft, which is just more CPU than GPU intensive, it runs pretty smooth. Just start it up. And I can show you with the temperature when it runs Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It can run pretty much everything at native resolution and on high. Oh, Okay. So pretty much you can see it's pretty smooth if I walk. It's pretty smooth. You can hear the fan start to kick in a bit. It's a little loud when you're starting to rely heavily on the CPU. I'll show you Need for Speed. After I show... Oh, I need to open... No. There we go. It's going to do a little run with it, and then you can see the temperature that it runs after just playing a couple seconds of the game. When I put this onto battery saver mode, I get about 7 hours of battery in reality with just light internet and Adobe Reader. If I'm using high performance mode, I get about 4 hours doing the same thing, so 3 hours extra is actually a pretty good, pretty big difference. It's got an 8-cell battery as well, so. Turn that down a bit. Don't need to log in for now. Alright, let me just start up a random really fast race and to show you like the graphics are actually pretty good. There. Now the computer actually runs on a 1366 by 768 LED backlit display. So you can see it's very bright. So you can see it's very smooth. I'm not going to actually race, so you can see it's very smooth. It can't turn, but oh well. So you see, I'm running 1366 by 768 so at its native resolution, and you can see it's pretty smooth. I put everything on high detail. So you can see very smooth. Now the fan is kicking up a little higher, but when you have the sound on, you won't hear anything. Let me just exit this game now. So after that, the temperature hit to 60 degrees and the CPU only hit about 61 to 53, so only rised up by a couple of degrees for one of the cores. So pretty much it runs pretty cool, so if you're doing any light gaming, this computer is actually pretty good for it. I bought this computer at Canada Computers for $699. The original price for this was actually $899. So pretty much this whole system is actually pretty good. This is actually not real metal, aluminum. It's actually just plastic. The cover is actually aluminum. It's really cool to the touch. And it's not as, you can see it doesn't bend as hard. Doesn't actually cave in, so you don't touch the screen. The keyboard flex, there isn't a lot, but it's due to this keyboard mod I did to it, so. But it's very responsive. It's not the best looking laptop in the market, but it's a computer that rivals the Acer, the one that recently was introduced, with the GT540. But the only problem with that one is that it actually overheats a lot because of the intense amount of power that thing packs. The only reason why I bought this is because of battery and the performance that it comes with it at the price that I bought it at. So if you have any question, you can email me and I'll try to answer it.